Hey guys, so in this video what we're going to be seeing is how to actually implement the constraints that we learned in the previous video. Now if you haven't watched the previous video or don't know about constraints, do go ahead and watch the previous video because that will be really helpful and you'll be able to understand what are constraints and how to use them. Without any further ado, let's jump into the video and learn how to use constraints in SQL. The questions that you'll be solving today are in the left side of the screen in the notepad. So first off, what they've asked you is create a schema for customer and account as the following. As we begin, we have to start by connecting the system in SQL command line. So we say connect system and you enter the password that you're given. First, we have to create a table. Two tables, one is customer and the other is account. And in customer, the column names are C number, C name and C city. C number would be an integer and C name would be a varchar and C city would again be a varchar. So let's go off and create it. So we say create table customer. First is C number, which is an int. Next is C name, which is a varchar of like 50, let's say. And next is C city, which again I would keep it as a varchar of 50. Now the table has been created successfully. Next, we'd go ahead and create the account table. So we say create table account A number, which is an int, and next is C number, which is again an int, B city, which would be a varchar of 50, and B name, which would again be a varchar of 50. Before we close off this, I'll just do what the first question asks us. Here C number field is primary key for customer and account number field is primary key for the table account. Now I didn't do the primary key for customer using the create table command itself. We'll do it using the alter table command, but we'll go ahead and we'll create the primary key for account table, which is the account number. So you can go back here and we'll say account number int and we'll give it primary key, put semicolon, and you create. That's the primary key has been created. Next, right off the bat, we'll go and alter the table for customer and we'll say C number to be the primary key. So what we'll say is we'll say alter table, the customer table, and what do you want to say? We'll add primary key of C number. Create enter. The table has been altered. Next, the second question, they've said create the foreign key customer number in the account table which references the primary key customer number. So the C number which you have out here has to become the foreign key which references the primary key from here. We've created the primary key out here. So we'll make this again with the alter table command, which is C number as a foreign key. So what we do is we say alter table and which table? Account and we say add foreign key. See the way the letters are written with the caps or small, it does not matter. You can write it however you want. It's just that I made some mistakes out here. You can do it however you like to. So foreign key, and then which is a foreign key? We want to keep C number, and once you have done a foreign key, it has to reference from some tables. And what table? Customer and C number out there. So this is it. So the table has been altered. So you have a primary key in the customer table, you have a primary key in the account table and a foreign key in the account table. So these two commands are done. The constraint called not null can be used for customer name in the table customer. So the customer name, the C name has to be set to not null. We do it using the alter table command again. So how we go ahead to do that is we say alter table customer and we do modify C name, which is the column name, and the data type of that column varchar 50, and we have to set that to not null. That's it. The table has been altered. So now if you try to insert a value into the customer without giving the customer name, then it would say not possible. So the next what we have to do is, and the combination of customer name and city can be unique. So the customer name and the city, the combination of those two has to be unique. So we do that again using the alter table command. We start off by saying alter table and we'll say which table we have to alter, add constraint. because we're going to be using two columns out here, and we have to give a constraint name. Since it's C name and C city, I just say name underscore city. And what is the constraint? It has to be unique, and we are taking two columns, just C name and C city. So C name comma C city. So the table has been altered again. So these two values, when you keep the combination, that has to be unique. And the last one is, and the account number should be lesser than 100. So the account number out here, which is the primary key in the account table, has to be lesser than 100. We'll do that again using the alter table command. We start off by saying alter table, which is, and we give the table name account add, and this is a check we are doing. So we say check, and in brackets, which column are we using, which is account number, and it has to be lesser than 100 always. This is it. Now we have added all the constraints. We have given two primary keys, one foreign key, and we have set one column to be not null, and the combination of two columns to be unique, and we have also given a check for the account number. Now I'll just show you how these last three items that you have added and the primary key works. So now let's say I go ahead and insert a value, two rows into the customer table, and the customer table, both of them have the same C number. There I should be shown an error because primary key cannot have two same values. It has to be unique always. Since I have inserted two values with the same one values as the customer number, and customer number is a primary key, so it says it is not possible, there's a error and unique constraint violated. It has to be unique. That's what primary key is. So that's the first constraint which is violated, and we'll see if we insert into the value without giving C name, what will happen. Yeah, now the not null is also violated, so it says cannot insert null into the customer table, system.customer.cname. That's what we have specified out here. Next, we'll go ahead and see the unique constraint which we have given. Since we already have Tom London out here as one, and we are doing it again, so even this should show an error. Now as you can see, the unique constraint is violated because we have said the unique CNAME and CCT has to be unique always. And next off, the account number is a primary key, so we'll do that again. Now as you can see, since the foreign key, we have used a foreign key out here which is C number. When you use a foreign key, there should be a primary key also present. So I've used a foreign key of number 4, and there's no primary key of number 4 present, so there's a violation out here too. So let's say I go ahead and do this. Now I use a primary foreign key as 1. Since I already have a primary key as 1, this should work. So it has been inserted. So we do it again. Now since account number is a primary key, you can't have two values. It has to be unique, the values. So even this should show an error. So unique constraint has been violated in line 1. The last thing we are going to be doing is this check command which we have. So I've shown you how this primary key works out here for C number because the values has to be different when you insert. Next off, I have shown you how not null works, but you cannot work out if you give no value out here as second. I've shown you how the unique constraint works too. Because, like out here, you have inserted Tom and London, and if you go ahead and insert that again, even with a different account number, customer number, it does not work. Tom and London, it does not work because it's unique. We have kept it that way. And I've shown you how the foreign key works too. If you don't have a primary key present in your customer table, you can't use that value here. Like 4 here was not present in the customer table customer number. So out here it said that the constraint is not maintained. And same way for account number also, it has to be unique. Now I'll show you how the check statement displays. So we say insert into account values, and we've kept the check, it should be lesser than 100. Let's say we put 120 as the account number, customer number to be 1, and we say Jim from Tokyo. Let's say you have to keep in mind that SQL only allows single quotes and not double quotes. So now even this check constraint has been violated. Out here I have more than 100. So this is how the constraints work. I hope you have seen it using the create table command. I did it for primary key. Using the alter table command also I did for primary key, foreign key. We have done the not null constraint out here, the unique constraint out here, the check constraint out here. So this is how constraints actually work. You can do it using the create table command and the alter table command. That's it from me in this video. Hope everyone has understood what is happening here. If you haven't understood, do go over this video again. And if you still have a problem, do comment it in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you have liked this video, give a like. And we have more such content coming up. Do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.